I wouldn't waste my time with a bank that doesn't get excited up front about wanting to work with you. Because I think that says a lot about whether they're going to be willing to go the extra mile to make a relationship work. If they're not excited about it, then you might just be wasting your time. And that's kind of my experience with it. I'm sure there are other good agricultural lenders, but we're very loyal to Foothills Bank because they've made it clear they want to be loyal to us. And they've really worked hard to develop a good relationship with us. So I'm very pleased with that. And you know, they're a local. It's not just Arizona banking, but it's very local compared to most of the banks.
Have you written a business plan?
We did have of course, a very, very detailed business plan, probably the most detailed plan a winery of our size has ever had. Because my wife was used to running huge programs for Raytheon and has tremendous experience with business plans for that type of stuff. And so she worked really hard to develop a business plan that covered absolutely everything. And in fact, when we've been talking to banks, they're shocked at how much detail there is for everything. Both when we didn't have any results, but also afterward with the amount of detail, financial detail we have. And I would say that's a critical piece of what you need to do. As knowledgeable as we were when we started, there was still a lot to learn, okay? And I think a lot of people who want to get into this business don't really understand anything about business at all. They might know how to make wine, they might have a love of wine, whatever, but the amount of work and the amount of money it takes. I mean, we've had a couple of really top quality wineries that came and went in the last 5 years here. And I think for the most part it was because of a lack of capital. There was a time when there was something called 4-8 Wine Works here, which was an alternating proprietorship operation that helped launch some wineries. I mean, Bodega Pierce started at 4-8. There were a couple of other wineries that never grew to the level of Bodega Pierce, which has outgrown that type of an operation. And the ones that didn't outgrow that have had to close up when 4-8 decided to close up business. And it's kind of sad, but the reality is it takes a lot of money to run an operation like that. And I think, I don't want to speak for Maynard because I don't know all of the reasons why he decided to close that up, but I think it just became too much of a pain for him and not enough return.
So thinking about advice, just, you know, in a nutshell, what would you tell aspiring vineyard owners, wannabe owners?
Yeah. If you're going to jump in to this business in any significant way, whether it's planting vines or making wine, you probably need access to, I don't know, 5 to 10 times as much capital as you think you will. I mean, it's a very capital intensive business. I mean, vineyards don't start repaying anything for several years. It can be as short as 3 years, which is not really normal, I think, but that's the earliest possible. And more likely is 4 or 5 years or even longer if you're planting in solid rock the way we have. And so, you know, you got to be able to ride that out.